Afternoon. It's Bad Crafter. Got a little project that thought we'd work on today. Maybe some people, some aren't familiar with working with Formica or laminates, and so I've just made a simple little particle board cover over a plastic bench that collapses. This bench collapses and folds flat to about that big or so, and I wanted a wood top on it, so I don't know, it's a little bit bigger too. I enlarged it because it actually sits right down over and it covers the edges of the plastic top. So anyway, my wife has some cutting mats for cutting fabric, and she had an extra one. And so what I'm going to do today is we're going to put 2 coats of contact cement, 2 coats of this contact cement on the wood. This is particle board, 3/4 inch particle board, and it's very open, so it sucks in the material, especially the first coat. First coat will take a fair amount. It'll just absorb it in like there's nothing. And then you give the second coat, and that's really the bonding coat. So we're going to do 2 coats on this. I'm going to put the laminate over on a different table, or the cutting mat, and I will roll that out and show you as I do that. We'll roll that out and put a coat on that, and then we'll bring it over and we're going to adhere it to this. And then I'll probably take a router and just trim off the edges. So that's the project for today. I'm going to try to do a little less talking this time, and we're just going to start working on it, and you can watch. Probably, I would say 10 minutes maybe on this, and this will be dry, and then we can give it the second coat. And by dry, you should be able to touch it without your hands sticking to it. It'll just dry, and you'll be able to touch it. When you go to glue the piece to it, then you want it to be dry, and by dry, it should be just a little tacky, but it doesn't need to be super sticky. So that's it. Now I'm going to go over and put contact adhesive on the mat. So before I turned the camera on, I wiped the back. This is the back of the mat. I wiped it with an alcohol wipe just to get any lint or dirt or anything off of it, just to get it clean. On the OSB on the other top there, all I did was just brush that off clean and wiped it with a paper towel. Wasn't even wet, just real light paper towel just to clean off the dust. Because like I said, that first coat's going to seal everything, and it's the second coat that's going to really more or less be the bonding coat. So, all right. Now, and I've never done this. I've done Formica work, but I've never tried one of these cutting mats. And I thought, cutting mats are kind of a neat, it's obviously plastic, but it's kind of soft on the one side, on both sides actually, because it's made to be reversible. But I thought, that'd be kind of a neat thing to use for a top. Plus it's all measured out. It's got the lines kind of all on it, and I just thought, I'm going to give that a try. So we're kind of experimenting together. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Just shout out so I can hear you. I hope there's no like chemical reaction between that plastic and this glue, like it spontaneously combusts or something. That wouldn't be good, but I guess we'll know soon enough. So far, doesn't look like it's melting it or anything. The glue is strong, obviously, but I don't sense that it's melting this plastic in any way. All right, that should be coat number 1. Now we wait. We let this dry and we let that other top dry. Okay, that was pretty quick. Now, as you can tell, it's a little darker on the top, but it's dry. I can just feel a little tackiness, but it is ready for coat number 2. So here we go. Okay, we're putting the second coat on our mat. Get this on here real quick, let it dry. Now, we're going to let that dry. That might take just a little bit to dry. And then we're going to put this mat onto our top over there. So stick with me. Okay, so here's my setup. This is second coat, dry but still tacky. These are this is how you put your laminate on top, and you pull these out one at a time as you work your way across. Some people like to start in the middle, push it down, start in the middle, and keep going out to either side. But I want to line up the mat nice and right on this one line here. If I do this edge, I know this edge will be okay because they're square to each other, so that will be perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to set the mat on here. I'm going to start working this corner to get it to hopefully be right on, and work my way across. You just pull these out as you go. And as usual, this is the tricky part. This is the part that everybody gets nervous about, me included, because you don't want to screw it up. Once you get it pushed down, you're not moving it. So we're going to start right in this corner, a little bit more. I need to get my eyes on here. Okay, so we're there. I'd say that looks pretty good. So we're just going to kind of work our way and lift this up and pull out the sticks as we go. Working it so we don't have any bubbles in the middle. Keeping that edge right on. pull this one out. That top, the mat was a little, still a little tacky, but okay, we're doing okay. Now, if I could do it over again, I would have made this the exact size. My top is not the exact size of the mat, and I wouldn't have had, I've got about an inch or so that I'm short on that side. I didn't know what size the mats were. I was under the impression a 36 by 24 mat was 36 by 24. And they're a little bit wider than that because the printing for the numbers and the layout was there, which is fine. It looks really nice. And this will be perfect. I'm not designing any kind of anything NASA is going to use or anything on here, believe me. But it is going to be a nice surface to work with. And you're going to see it's not perfect along this edge. I'll take the camera here and show you. But what I am going to do then is I will take my belt sander and I will trim that right to that edge so that this and this are perfectly square. I must have it just a fraction cockeyed that way. Alright. So far, we are looking good. I'd say I'm strong 16th off. So I'm happy with that. That's nice. Very nice. No bubbles. No bubbles in it. Down. Now, I know a lot of Formica shops have a big roller and they press it and roll it and roll it. And I have one. I don't know where it is right now. I haven't done any Formica work for quite a while. And I don't know where that is. But I'm confident that I have this pushed down pretty good. It's a small area. And I'm pushing pretty hard with my palm, so I think I'll be okay. Now, the other thing I was going to tell you was, when you put down the adhesive, you have anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours before you have to set the pieces together. If you wait longer than that, you might not get a good bond. They may dry up, and they won't get a good bond. But you can reactivate it simply by putting another coat on it. So it's not all lost, but you got an hour and a half to 2 hours. That should be enough time. Okay, so we're going to take a look at these edges. Here you can see that's pretty much right on this side. It looks pretty good all the way along there. Not overhanging and not short, but as we come along this way, you'll notice we start to have just a little bit more of a space there. And I will take my belt sander, clean that up so this edge, this wood edge that's left there, is totally flush with this mat. And that'll be nice. It's not that much, and it'll grind down fast. Okay, I just wanted to show you that I did in fact trim that off with the belt sander. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's pretty much right to the mat. I don't know, there might be a 30-second there, but again, I'm not designing anything that's got to get people to the moon and back, so I think it'll be okay. It looks good to me. I'm happy with it. And so now I'm going to pick a router bit and just put a slight bevel, 45-degree bevel. And I want to say, I know there's a lot of carpenters, craftsmen, cabinet makers out there saying, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. Yes, I did not do anything to the faces. Typically, if you were doing Formica or a countertop, you would do the banding, do the edges first, and then set the top on it, because when you trim it, the black edge of the Formica is on the side. If I was to put banding on this and trim it, now I've got black edges sticking up at me all the way around. So I didn't put any banding on it because I'm planning on painting this edge. Probably going to be red. That's my guess. So that's why, and so I hope you guys forgive me for not shouting that out right away, but that's why I didn't put anything on those edges. All right, let's find a bit and let's keep going. Okay, we're ready to trim this off. Got a little cordless router. I've got a small, well, I've got a 45-degree bit with a bearing on it. The bearing will run along this edge, and that 45 will just lightly trim this. I might not even have it set deep enough. My theory is start little, go deeper. You can always go deeper, not take less off. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to give it a quick little try, and we'll see how we go. We're going to take a little more. We're going to drop her down just a little bit more. And by drop it down, I mean put the bit out. All right, let's give that a shot. Yeah, I think that'll do it. That'll be okay. Hope you can see good enough over here. We're going to turn it a little bit for you. You're going to follow that edge, hopefully. Okay, here we go. Okay, what I have learned is this mat is definitely thicker than Formica would be, definitely, and it's kind of a, I want to say kind of a rubber base in it, and that's why I've got, plus just trimming off a little bit more than I normally would be trimming is why I'm getting this, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna come back. I think I can just come back and try it again here. I think we'll do that. We'll come back one more time. Maybe I'll turn the speed up here just a little bit more. Okay, 5 after 9, that's enough for today. That's the first coat of red, and I don't know if I'm going to bore you with the second coat of red or I'll just show you when the second coat is done, but we're almost done. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hello, Bad Crafter here. Alright, so we didn't bore you with coat number 2 on the edge of the new table here, but I thought we'd turn it on for our last hurrah here. We're gonna peel off our tape, see how our lines are, and then go from there. So there we are. Looks pretty good. Nice line. Looks pretty good. Turn the table here. Of the project. And there we are. There we are. Our new roughly 24 by 36 top. Got nice edges, got nice lines to lay stuff out. Good work surface. So this is Bad Crafter. Thank you for joining. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, click the like button, and click the bell for notification when our next videos are out. Thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you on our next journey. Thank you. Bad Crafter out.